Hey, happy holidays everybody. It's your man, the Beardedchefaz, prep guru. Wanted to do a video blog this time. I think because of the holidays, we want to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Day, and of course what we're going to do with all of the wonderful leftovers that we have. And we all know we're going to take those home and eat them for a few days, but there is something key into making this holiday treat not just an all-out blitz on our bodies, and to do something that's going to defeat all of the hard work we've been putting in, maybe not just this whole year, but at least the last couple weeks, is it's called moderation. So, of course, we want to enjoy all the meal. We've got our families in town. We're going to have these wonderful dishes that we've probably been eating our whole lives and have a lot of nostalgia behind them. So I encourage everybody on Thanksgiving to kind of forego the meal plan per se and go ahead and enjoy. Now, there is that word again, we're going to bring up moderation. When you're eating that meal, feel free not to go crazy with mounds and mounds of mashed potatoes. But if you do, if you make the kind that I do, I use heavy cream and I use butter. Obviously, it makes them not the healthiest treat. Maybe use a little less of the gravy. In addition, the stuffing, moderation. So rather than all of your portion sizes being this big, try making your portion sizes being more like this big. So if you can get them to be about the size of your fist, it's still going to be, if you think about it, stuffing, mashed potatoes, turkey, green beans, cranberries. It's still a huge plate for your first one. Try not to go back for those seconds. We know you're going to have a little bit of pie and some of those other dishes. You might have sweet potatoes that have the marshmallow topping that's nice and crispy. All those things are wonderful, and if we can try to give it more to little samples of those other items, we won't completely sabotage all the work we've been doing. But the real reason I decided to do the video blog to talk about the food was it's going to be the day after. Now you're going to have the rolls, and you're just going to have the turkey and the stuffing and the gravy and all those things we really, really love. I typically like to make those sandwiches for a couple days after. I'm not a big breast meat guy. I've always been more of the dark meat guy, which is obviously a higher fat, not as good for you as the breast meat. But if you can then take the turkey and actually remove the skin, if you can use white meat, so that would be the breast meat, if you can, slice it a little more thinly, and maybe if you're going to eat the mashed potatoes, don't use the gravy, use a smaller portion. If you're going to use the rolls, don't add the butter. If you're going to eat the green beans, that's a great thing. Eat more of the green beans. You can always make yourself feel more full and not add too many calories or any of the bad stuff if you go bigger on the vegetables. Now, I would ask that you would try to do that for the next couple of days after Thanksgiving in order to keep your body running quickly. And what I mean by running quickly is the metabolism is stimulated by multiple small meals throughout the entire day. So when you hear people say you need to eat 6, 7, 8 meals a day, what they're saying is eat 6, 7, 8 meals like this of your couple of portions a day, and not these gigantic 3 meals separated. The reason I like to tell people about this is I like to use the analogy of a coal locomotive. Every time you shovel a little bit of coal into that engine, it's going to pick up velocity, it's going to pick up momentum. That's the same thing as your metabolism. So if you go and you just put a little meal in, and then a couple hours later, 2, no more than 3, another little meal in, again, another little meal, and you do that throughout the day, your metabolism will be much faster. Now, if you're loading your body up with high fats, high carbs, processed things, processed sugars, cheeses, that's not going to be quite as much the case. You're going to slow down your metabolism. So all that work you've been doing to build up your metabolism is now going to be slowed down, and you're going to, unfortunately, by the time it comes to maybe Saturday and you're ready to get back to the gym, you're really going to feel it. You're going to see that you're going to sweat really hard. You're going to see that you're going to run out of breath. Your strength and your endurance may actually go down. Not a huge amount, but significant enough for you to personally notice, man, I'm feeling like I'm dragging today. One way to fight that is to cut back them portions. And it's also to cut back on those starches. So try not to add that bread back in all weekend long. Try not to eat pie every single day. Try not to go overboard with the stuffing all day long. I'm going to have a little bit myself. I'll have some the day after too, but I'm going to eat clean most of that time. I'm going to limit myself to little bits, maybe one of those little sandwiches. Maybe with the dinner that night, have a little bit of turkey and a little bit of stuffing, but I won't have the mashed potatoes, or vice versa. Maybe I'll have some mashed potatoes and not a stuffing. So there's always ways to use those items so that we don't waste them, so that we get to enjoy them for the next few days without going crazy. And if you think about it, smaller portions and separating what you're doing will make it last even longer, so you can enjoy those meals for a few more days. If there's any other questions, please feel free to hit me up. You can always send me a text. We can discuss those ways to reach out to me and ask me some questions personally. Maybe there's something you would like me to blog about. Maybe there's something to video or that I can write about. We are going to do some recipes pretty soon. Haven't gotten there yet, just kind of getting my feet wet, getting to meet you guys, introducing myself. Please feel free to reach out. Like I said, my phone number is 480-340-6182. Please send me a text. I'll answer any questions I can as quickly as possible. And if you have any other things you want to let me know, hey, I'm your man, the Beardedchefaz, Prep Guru. You guys have a great weekend, super safe holiday, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.